Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Bible in 1 Year with the Preacher's Husband. Today, we are on Leviticus chapter 24 and 25, and we are talking about the tabernacle, that wonderful menorah, of course, a case of blasphemy, and Sabbath and Jubilee. So we're going to talk about all this at one time today. Chapter 24, verse 3, Aaron is to tend it continually from evening until morning before the Lord outside the curtain of the testimony in the tent of meeting. That means, it's talking about the lampstand here, the menorah, so to speak. And you see a picture of it right here in the top middle section. And this is where Aaron, he was going to be the night shifter because he had to take care of it all night long, continually. From evening until morning. So he was one of the world's first night shifters. Go figure that one out. But anyway, the lampstand was the menorah, and it lighted the holy place of the tabernacle. Now the light itself represented the presence of God with his people. Now Jesus' affirmation that he was the light of the world was kind of a statement against those who put their faith in a menorah that was only a symbol of a greater reality of God. The menorah itself and the fire itself was not God. Okay, and the fire itself was not God. The light that the menorah gave off was not God. Jesus and God were the light of the world. It was just symbolic. And there's a lot of symbolism in Judaism and in Christianity. Now, there was a case of blasphemy in chapter 24, and of course the penalty for that was to be stoned. God said, you're going to take this person, you're going to take them to the outside of the town, and you're going to stone them to death. That's what you get for profaning the name of God. Now, question for you, eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. The question's been raised here. When Jesus changed this, when he basically says, you have heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but I say to you to turn the other cheek. Do you think that he raised the bar, or do you think he lowered the bar when he said that? I personally think he raised it, but eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth basically meant that if you killed somebody, you're going to be killed. If you killed an animal, then likewise the price would be paid evenly. It's basically even for even. If you do something wrong, then you're going to be wrong back in the same amount, the same way. Whatever you do to others is going to come back on you and be done to you. But Jesus, I think he kind of raised the bar when he said turn the other cheek. He added a layer of forgiveness and a layer of grace there. What do you think about that? Do you think Jesus lowered the bar or raised it? Put some in the comment section about that. And then in verse 23, of course, we see the conclusion of the blasphemy case where he was the young man was stoned. Now, chapter 25, we're talking about the years of Jubilee. Now, I included a list here of the different years of Jubilee from 1416 all the way until 2015. So the next Jubilee is going to be 2064. If I live to the year 2064, number one, that'll be a miracle, but I will celebrate a Jubilee. How about that? I didn't even know there was a Jubilee. The last one was September of 2015 to October of 2016 was the last Jubilee. So I thought I'd stick that in there. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest to the Lord, a Sabbath for the Lord. You shall neither sow your field. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4. Yep. And then we have, here's the interesting thing about Jubilee. This year, the Jubilee year is when you're supposed to forgive everything. It was supposed to be atonement and Sabbath and rest. You weren't supposed to plant anything in the field. You were only supposed to eat and harvest what grew by itself on its own. All debts were to be canceled and properties returned to their original owners. If you had bought a piece of land from somebody in the year of Jubilee, you had to give it back. Huh. You think that'd fly in the United States today? You go purchase a house and you pay on it for 30 years, and then when the year of Jubilee comes around, you got to give it back to who you bought it from. Do you think that would fly here? Not sure how well that would be taken. But there were some very interesting things here about that. So what are your thoughts of that, the year of Jubilee? What are your thoughts about those debts being erased? And what are your thoughts about that property getting given back? Essentially, there was no property ownership by anyone other than those who owned it originally. It was just essentially rental payment if you think about it. Well, that's what I got today. I hope this has touched you. If it has, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and of course click the little jingle bell so you can get notified the next time I upload a video. Tomorrow we're going to go through chapter 26 and 27, and we are going to finish the book of Leviticus. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and I look forward to your answers in the comment section. Have an amazing evening.